So special cases with absolute value. When you have a special case with an absolute value, you are going to have a negative on the right side. Now, when we were solving equations, we know that we could not have a negative on the other side of the inequality symbol. So when that happened, we just automatically knew it was no solution. But this is an inequality, so that's going to be a completely different story. So what we have here is we have the absolute value of 2 minus 5x, and it needs to be greater than or equal to negative 4. Well, it does not matter what real number I plug in for x. It could be negative, it could be positive, it could be 0. When I work it out and take the absolute value, I'm going to get 0 or a positive number. Those are my two options. That's it. Nothing that comes out of this will be anything other than 0 or a positive number. So if you think of it this way, we know that this is going to be 0 or positive, and it's telling us that it has to be greater than or equal to this negative number here. Okay, so think about it. Can 0 be greater than a negative? Well, yes. Can 0 be equal to a negative? No. But because it's greater, it works. Now look at your positive. Can a positive value be greater than a negative? Well, yes. We know it can't be equal. So because the 0 and the positive both read true for our greater than, they're both greater than a negative, the solution to this inequality is all real numbers, which we know to be negative infinity to positive infinity. And also, that's our symbol for all real numbers as well. So looking at this, we have the absolute value of 4x minus 7 is less than negative 3. So whatever value I plug in for x, when I take the absolute value of it, it'll be 0 or it'll be a positive number. So the right side, we have a negative. Can 0 be less than a negative? Never. Can a positive be less than a negative? Never. So this is no solution. Okay, looking at the next one, once again, the absolute value, whatever we plug in for x, when we work it out and take the absolute value, it will be 0 or it will be positive. And so that has to be less than a negative. Is 0 less than a negative? No. Is a positive less than a negative? No. So once again, we're dealing with no solution. Okay. Sorry, that should have a negative there. So we have the absolute value of 3x minus 4 is greater than negative 4. So when we plug in x, we'll get 0 or we'll get a positive value. Is 0 greater than a negative? Yes. Is a positive number greater than a negative? Yes. So our solution here is all real numbers, which we know to be negative infinity to positive infinity. And this is our symbolism.